A small fire starts in a forest. A few hours later, it becomes a wildfire, turning much of the forest into ashes. The question is, how did it grow so quickly?
Exponential growth involves multiplying a quantity by a certain factor as time progresses. Yet sometimes our intuition has a hard time grasping the logic behind exponential growth.
So, imagine you have an allowance that starts from a penny and doubles every day to 2 pennies the next day, for the third day, and so on. Guess how much you'd earn by the 31st day? You'd have more than $10,700,000. It's pretty insane when you consider the fact you started day one with only a penny.
Guess what's also really good at causing exponential growth? Contagious viruses. The COVID-19 pandemic is a great example of exponential growth. To better understand this situation, if you take new cases on a given day, the percent of people that were exposed to infection, and the probability of each exposure becoming an infection, you get this equation.
This equation allows you to calculate daily change in cases. The only way to decrease daily cases as much as possible is by making the growth constant closer to 1.
A real epidemic may play out like this. This green bucket has uninfected people. The red one has infected people. The red bucket will pull the green bucket as to make it fall into it. And the heavier the red bucket gets, the more water the green bucket will empty into it. But since people die and recover over time, a hole in the red bucket causes water to fall into this bowl. Eventually, the green bucket will stop pouring water, as you can see right now, and the red bucket will be left alone with the water. It will keep dropping water into this bowl until there's no more infected people.
When the virus dies out, the total number of cases over time gives us the S-shaped logistic function, which is exponential up until the inflection point where the growth constant equals 1. From that point, it roughly stays constant until the function goes from curving upwards to curving downwards. That's because new daily cases represented by the slopes of points start decreasing till the total number of cases flattens out as it approaches the total population size.
What experts fear is that if we plot out the slopes of points, we may get a graph that may represent a quick pandemic, where daily cases grew exponentially over a short period of time while overwhelming the healthcare system. But we could get a long pandemic, where measures were taken in order to lower daily cases and spread it over a longer period of time without overwhelming the healthcare system, giving everybody a chance to get treated. So the mind-blowing idea behind all of this is that even small things may eventually grow problematic. Everything looks fine until it isn't. The actions you take to protect yourself and others around you may determine the outcome of this pandemic. Stay safe, everyone.